Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moon Directed. Here we work with energy to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. Today we are actually going to talk about the energy surrounding you during the sun sign season of Pisces, which runs from February 18th till March 19th, 2021. I generally try to get channeled messages for these monthlies, but this has been an extraordinarily difficult week with Uranus squaring Uranus in your sign, squaring Saturn, the ruler of my chart, in Aquarius. And so I don't think it's just me. I think everybody's kind of feeling it, but I was unable to spare that kind of energy. So what I did was I pulled cards for you from, oh, this looks nice, from the Oracle of the Mermaids, and to get some message for you, and then we're going to do the 9-card spread. So I'm going to go ahead and turn down the camera. Let's get into the cards and see what's going on. But it looks really, really good so far. Okay, so one thing I do want to talk about coming up here is the new moon that is happening on March 13th. It is at 23 degrees of 23 degrees of Pisces, and Neptune is currently at 20 degrees of Pisces, and Venus, the ruler of your sign, will be conjunct exactly with that energy of Neptune about 4 hours before the new moon, which means the moon is going to be passing through that conjunction on its way to have the new moon with the sun. And so what this means, Venus and Neptune together is like, what is your dream? What is your wish? What is your goal? It's like the big wish for what it is that you want, and taking the opportunity to plant your seed of intention, kind of like blowing out the candles on a birthday cake and making your wish. This is a great time to do that. So really think about what it is that you want to bring in and what are your intentions, because your overall energy that came in from the Oracle of the Mermaids is you have the homeland. It says arrival, a journey ends, establishment, building, and settled. And to clarify that, we have beauty and the coral wisdom. So the coral wisdom speaks about all the lessons that you have learned along the way, all the little pieces that come together to help to create the matrix that is you. The knowledge and the wisdom gained from lifetimes of experience and experiences in this lifetime, and how they shape and create the beauty that is you, all the little pieces and the parts of you. And whatever is going on, this wisdom, this knowledge that you're gaining from experiences, you're coming home to yourself. You're coming home to who it is that you want to be, who you were meant to be, who you were supposed to be always. This feels like a homecoming for the soul and the overall energy. We have the Queen of Cups, and this is really being in touch with your emotions and your intuition. And with Venus conjunct Neptune, that's what this looks like. This is like the cup of your dreams and wishes, and focusing on them and having the intention for that for this month. And so have the intention, set the intention. You don't have to wait for the new moon to set the intention for what it is that you're working toward. That will just supercharge it. That will just energize it and get things moving forward for you. If you've never been here before, this is the 9-card spread. Past, present, future, thoughts, feelings, actions. This card right here is the key to the situation, and in your heart center we've got the Tower. So there has been a big shakeup, a big change, a big something where what you thought was a structure. This is Uranus and Taurus. This is absolutely 100% Uranus and Taurus, although with all this water energy of Pisces, it feels like everything, what you thought was solid was not solid, and things are shifting and changing, and there is going to be a need to go into the depths of who you are to find who you are supposed to be. And so a little bit of a shake-up in order to come home to yourself. And what is the wisdom, the knowledge that you gained along the way that will help you moving forward? In the recent past, you've had a lot of questions, a lot of thoughts about what is the next best move. What way do I go? This one's got two seahorses. They're stuck together, so they're not moving, and they're trying to go into two different directions. One of them needs to release and fall into line with the other, right? You can't go in two different directions. And so because you were kind of like hesitating, trying to decide, it feels like Uranus and Taurus said, hey, you know what? Let's help you out with that, buddy. Gotcha. That would be that conjunction. I'm actually recording this on February 17th. And February 17th is the exact conjunction date for this energy of Saturn square Uranus. We actually get 3 of those this year. I say it like it's a good thing. It is a necessary thing. It will create change for a lot of people that are in energies that are kind of stuck and having trouble moving, and they're like tied up, and where do we go from here, and how do we get this to get moving? And so I gotta put out this incense because now I'm starting to not be able to breathe. Okay, so wow. So in the area of how do you transform the situation? How do you take the situation and make it better? You have the Ten of Pentacles and you have luck. So whatever is happening, you might think it's happening to you, but I'm going to tell you right now it's happening for you. The universe said, hey, seriously, we're going to help you with the situation. We're going to help you figure this out in the best way possible for you. Ten of Pentacles is really having it all, right? It is feeling stable in finances, in where you live, who you're living with. It's like it is the culmination of creating stability across all of the realms of your life. Wow, you guys are getting hammered. In the future, I feel like when this tower happens and the ship is sinking, you get caught up in the vortex and you start swirling around. And I feel like I'm not sure what it's like. It kind of looks like the two seahorses let go, and now they're spinning around and they haven't figured out the way forward yet. But just remember that you're going to have a lot of luck in figuring this out. So the vortex is considered the devil card. It is temptation. I think there's going to be a lot of having to make a choice and decision, and that's why it's necessary for you to follow your intuition, to pay attention to the knowledge and the wisdom and the guidance that you have learned along the way. This is about coming home to yourself. So you can't really think your way out of a situation where you're coming home to yourself. You have to feel your way through a situation. And the vortex is definitely emotional water swirling around. And in order to find the center, it is to become centered, is to find who you are inside. You're gonna have to feel your way through it. It's kind of like a riptide, is what I just saw. So the way you get out of a riptide is you can't. If you're swimming and you get into a riptide, you can't just like swim through the riptide to get to shore. You have to turn and you have to swim parallel to the shore along with the riptide, in flow with the riptide until it releases and lets go, and then you can make your way forward. To do it the other way is exhausting, and that results in more drownings than in successes. When you turn and you allow yourself to flow with the energy, that is where you get to where it is you want to go. It may feel like the detour, it may feel like the long way around, but it is it's safe, definitely, but it's more than that. It's it's the easy way through. It's okay, I just heard work smarter, not harder. Work smarter, not harder. Whoa, you guys, look. So, in the heart space, Two of Swords. See how those swords are crossed? See how that resembles those tails? You guys have really been stuck on a decision. I have a lot of doubts. I'm at this crossroad. I don't know what to do. That happens. And then we have the Page of Swords moving forward. Wow. Okay. When I saw this, I thought you guys were going to have an easier time of it. I don't know why I thought that. We still have, okay, so one good thing that's really nice is the planets are starting to move into Pisces. And with the planets in Pisces, they're at a much nicer angle over the next 4 weeks to what's going on with Uranus in Taurus and Pluto in Capricorn. They're in sextile energy, which is supportive energy. So again, try to get in flow. We have in the heart space, we have the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords looks like he's looking to the past and trying to protect himself from what people are saying. And this one's actually called gossip. And sometimes when we do what we want to do, like in our heart space, what we truly believe is the right thing for us, people aren't necessarily on board. And I just want to say it's not up to them. People don't tell you who you are. You tell people who you are. You decide what is best for you and have the confidence and the courage to go forward with it, following your own intuition. In the recent past, you've been trying to stay in the calm, right? In the center of the vortex is the calm. It's like the eye of the hurricane. You've been trying to stay in the calm and do the healing, but this is in the area of obstacles. And so maybe through the process of trying to keep everything calm and steady, you have done more harm than good for yourself. Oh, geez, now I don't know which side is the front and which side is the back. Sometimes we get lost. We get lost in trying to keep everything calm and even keel. And we're so busy trying to make it just steady that we give ourselves away. And I think you're being asked to call back all the pieces and the parts of yourself. Reclaim who you are. Come home to yourself. Nice. The action in the current for the month, the Piscean month, is judgment. It is self-reflection. You are being called to look at things, look at who you are, and who you truly want to be. Who is your authentic self? Come home to yourself. And we have the Five of Cups. Okay, so the Five of Cups. Wow, it's going to be a tough month, Taurus. I really hate to see that. I think, though, that when you make the choice, when you let go, and you start spinning around, you're going to possibly spin away from a situation, that there's a sense of sadness, a sense of regret, a sense of loss, because clearly you've been fighting hard trying to keep it all together, but it can't be. And it is okay to mourn the passing of a situation, the passing of a loved one, the passing of a relationship, a passing of a career, a job, something that you really thought was the right answer at some point. But sometimes it is just time to let go, follow your intuition, and figure out who you are. Because when you become comfortable with yourself, then the rest of it doesn't seem to matter so much. This card Beauty keeps calling to me here. Okay, so this beauty is about knowing the beauty of who you are and not letting other people determine for you what is appropriate for you and for your life. So the recommendation here is tranquility. Make time to relax, be still, and enjoy your solitude, indulging in much needed self-care. So as you are transitioning through this phase, which is clearly a tough one, allowing yourself time to be by yourself, to self-soothe, to reflect. What could you have done differently? What could you have done better? Can't change anyone but yourself, right? So you take a look at a situation. When you keep having like similar situations, like, oh my gosh, every time I get a job, this kind of BS happens, or every time I'm in a relationship, it always goes down like this, or every time whatever. If you're just saying to yourself, well, every time this happens, well, there is Oh, geez. Can we say that another way? Hold on. Okay. They're saying that there is one common thread, and that would be you. And so taking the time for self-reflection, to recognize and accept that, okay, wait, there's a reason what am I supposed to learn from this? What is the wisdom I can gain from this? Why does this keep happening? And it isn't because other people are jerks or that you're a jerk. It is that there is a lesson that you came here to learn, a area of soul growth that you came here to have. And this is your opportunity. And it was a major focal point. If you keep saying this always happens. This always happens means this was the lesson you intended, or at least one of the lessons that you intended to focus on here. And a lot of focus has been given to you in that arena. And so taking the time to reflect about what you can do differently and what have you learned and how do you grow is a normal, healthy way to work through a situation. And so being in touch with your intuition and your higher self as you're doing this process, what I really was hoping would come up here would be having compassion for yourself. So I'm going to say that because it didn't, but we have patience and contentment, which is nice. I feel like this situation is going to take some time to resolve, but I think there's a sense of contentment that seeps through because no longer are you fighting, trying to hold something together that was going down anyway. And I think that there's going to be a need here to ward off the gossip and not let, and by ward it off, I don't mean combat it by saying, no, you're wrong, you don't know what you're talking about, you don't have the whole answer. Just mostly, like, people are welcome to their opinions. Your opinion of me doesn't affect my life. It's none of my business what you think about me. It's my opinion of me that matters. And so this is one of those times where you really are going to have to be like, my opinion of me matters. And my opinion is I didn't need that crap anymore. That I'm worth more than that. I deserve better. And you do. Okay. So, Pisces season for Taurus rising would be the 11th house of groups. Long-term goals. So make sure that you take that opportunity to use that energy from the new moon with your ruling sign and ruling planet of Venus there to help you to really start going after what it is that you desire for yourself. And one of the best ways is by actually like writing down what it is that you desire for your life. Just write it down. Wow. Okay. Thank you. We have gentle moderation. There's that compassion for yourself. Take your time. Pressure from others or yourself can be released by negotiating what you are trying to accomplish, by renegotiating what you are trying to accomplish. Just be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with others. They're also going through a transition. You have shared inspiration. Throw yourself into a new project. Be willing to let go of the time constraints, rules, and really be aware of whatever fulfills your heart. Following your intuition, going after what it is that is authentically you, allowing yourself to come home to yourself, doing what brings you joy will be the best way through this sadness here. And we have, I didn't even know this card was in the deck. I've never seen it. I've had this deck for a couple of years now. Help appears in various ways. There is much support for you. Sometimes you may get so adrift you forget to look at the support systems that are with you continually. So let's think about that. This coral wisdom, that is a support system. It is a support system. Coral supports a whole ecosystem, right? And so there is this solid foundation around you of lessons and values and people and spirit guides. And the spirit guides want to say that if you ask for their help, then they can help you. They're always there. They're trying to help. Sometimes they move things around, but they really can't do a lot without your permission. So having the conversation, saying, And all you have to say is, dear God in heaven, please help me. Right? That works right there, because that kind of just, that's like the master key that unlocks the door to all the spiritual help that you need. All right, well, Taurus, let's get you one last piece of advice, but I want to say take care of yourselves. Go easy on yourself. Allow yourself to learn the lesson and become aware of the fact that you are journeying back to your authentic self. You are finding who you are through this process of shedding what does not work for you. You have guidance. Find safety in your beacon's light. Spirit really says, ask for the help you need, because they're right here. And it's going to show up in a lot. When I say a variety of ways, it could be something you think of, and you think it's your thought, but it's really like an ancestor whispering in your ear. I'm seeing this grandfatherly energy whispering, like, oh my gosh. Okay, so especially for the males out there, I'm really picking up the grandfather energy. It could be that you hear it in a song, or a friend makes a suggestion, and just because it's not your idea doesn't make it necessarily a bad one, right? So, but maybe you put your own twist on it. So take your time, be patient with the process, find joy in the moment. Contentment is about being happy where you are right now with what you have going on right now, and not being like, oh, I'll be happy one day when I have. Be happy where you are right now. And just remember, you really have luck on your side. You really do. So there's a lot of guidance and help around you, and you're just finding your way home to yourself. And it might be a bit of a journey, but it's one worth taking. All right, I will see you guys back here on Mondays. I do the weekly astrology, so we can work together week by week basis to help you through this energy. If you'd like, just hit the thumbs up, and if you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll know when I post a video. You guys take good care of yourselves, and we'll talk soon.